Hey guys, welcome to your bi-weekly love reading. We'll go ahead and start with Aries. Messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the remainder of April 2023. All right, you have the Hanged Man, overall energy, the Six of Swords. Okay, so I feel like you guys are in the middle of like gaining some sort of mental clarity. You might feel like you're in between worlds, or something about your life just kind of seems like not stagnant, but yeah, it's like you're just going through the motions and having to just like play things by ear. It could be that you're just coasting by right now, but it does seem like I feel like you're being guided. Maybe you don't realize that Spirit has been guiding you. And so you're being enlightened by your current situation, whether it's you being single or if it's some sort of relationship that you're in. It's like you're being enlightened by it. I feel like you're needing to view something from a different perspective. Maybe you're realizing that something serves a higher purpose. And you also, if you're dealing with someone, might realize that you do have some sort of spiritual connection with someone, especially something like telepathy, feeling like you're able to read each other's thoughts, or it's like every time you think of this person, they appear, or you get some sort of sign or synchronicity in regards to them. You dream about them. It seems like you've also been doing some kind of meditating, and in a sense, some sort of releasing too, meditating and releasing, maybe asking Spirit to show you what it is that you need to know or understand. So it does look like, you are being aligned with someone that you connect with. Right now, it could be that you're interacting with someone in a different realm. And because it is something that is developing spiritually first, it's just kind of taking a minute for it to channel down into this reality before it becomes some sort of physical manifestation. But I do feel that this confirms that you're connected to somebody, especially for those of you that feel that you have some sort of spiritual connection with someone. And it could be that this person is getting ready to come into your life. Now, for some of you, sometimes these spiritual connections are just that. They stay in the ethers. They never really manifest in this life. And maybe that's something that you've grown to accept. That also could be something that you're starting to come to the realization of, that you have a spiritual connection or bond with someone, but not necessarily a physical one. You could be struggling with spirituality or your spiritual beliefs as well. It does seem like you're being pulled in two different directions. But I feel like your person, if you know who this is, if there is someone that you're already connected to, is something going on where they're trying to get your attention. Or maybe you guys both take turns doing this to each other. Definitely could be some kind of meditating, trying to make the other person think of you, to reach out to you. And, you guys might take turns doing something like that. It is some sort of mirrored behavior. The other thing I'm getting is that if you're attracted to someone who's unavailable or already in a relationship, it's like the connection is there, but the both of you are fighting it because of that. It's like, okay, well, I want to be respectful. That person's in a relationship, but this connection, it still exists. So maybe you're having to struggle to maintain some sort of connection that you have with someone before it can become physical. You're having to fight against the physical part. if they're unavailable. If you've been having a lot of anxiety, I feel that meditation has been helping, or maybe that's something that you're needing to try. And yeah, I really just see a lot of metaphysical things happening too. So you could be doing some sort of astral traveling, or your partner has been doing that, especially more so when you have like these vivid dreams of this person. All right, so let's see what messages there are for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising for the remainder of April. All right, you have the Ace of Cups, overall energy, Six of Swords. So you guys also seem to be on a journey, and things also could have been turbulent in your life at some point. So there's an indication that things are going to become more calm. You're going to be more at peace. It seems like you are allowing Spirit to guide you. Now, for a lot of you, this is about unconditional love and, you know, just realizing that you are, that you love yourself. So unconditional, or more so self-love. And it seems like this is something that you guys are getting used to now. It also could be a situation where there is someone coming towards you and you can feel it. Spirit is telling you that someone is on the way, and you're just having to be patient and just, you know, live everyday life until this happens. And then I feel like, you know, regardless, whatever journey you've been on has been leading you up to a certain point, leading you up to meeting, coming face to face with this person. You could be coming towards a fire sign, or maybe they're coming towards you. You also are coming off kind of independent and guarded. Like you have so much love to give, but you're waiting for that right person to come along. So you're having to protect yourself. It seems like sometimes you are very confident about what you need to be doing, who you need to be with, or the type of person that you want to manifest. And then sometimes you have like these doubts. I'm seeing like mood swings. It's like something goes from being stable to unstable. It's like a pendulum. Maybe that's something that you're all just struggling with, is sustaining a peaceful state of mind, sustaining calmness in your life. If you're in a relationship that has a lot of turbulence, maybe that's what you guys are trying to practice, is sustaining the peaceful times. You guys do have soulmate energy though. And it does look like somebody's been visiting you a lot. Like, it's like you keep dreaming about each other. Maybe you guys were together in a previous life. I feel like ultimately you can feel someone getting closer to you, or you will start to feel that. Maybe you've been getting a lot of heart palpitations, or your body has been doing things to kind of signal the arrival of someone. So, you know, any type of unusual things going on with the body, like the heart palpitations or flutters, ringing in the ears, synchronicities. Of course, I always have to put out that I'm not a doctor. So, you know, some things maybe you do need to seek medical assistance about, but from a spiritual perspective, it just looks like, you know, maybe you've been picking up the energy, like your heart chakra is being activated. There's a lot of energy being centered around that. I feel like you want emotional fulfillment. You want emotional peace. Maybe you feel like you have achieved or mastered self-love, and now you're like, well, I mastered that, but now I'm just waiting for my person to come towards me. So yeah, but I do feel that you're connected with somebody, and if you're already in a relationship, you guys are just trying to, you know, you guys are having to practice sustaining peace in your relationships and being fair to each other. Stop second guessing the relationship if you feel that this is your person. You guys may need to learn how to give your partner security and vice versa. Like, you guys need to understand, like, what is your definition of security in a relationship? Because maybe the two of you have different definitions of security. Like, maybe your definition of security is feeding this person, and they're like, that's nice, but that's not what gives me security, or that's not my love language. So it may be a matter of you guys understanding each other's love languages. Yeah. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you with Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right, you have Seven of Swords, overall energy, Page of Cups. All right, so I feel that someone has been hinting at being interested in you. Someone's been dropping you hints, or you've been doing this to somebody. I feel that you also might have a secret admirer. Somebody's been lurking, though. Somebody has been lurking. And I feel like somebody is wanting to see, like, do they know what I mean by that? Did this person understand what I meant by that? I also see some kind of innocent flirting between people. Now, I would say also, as a red flag, just be cautious, because someone, if you are in a situation where you're like, well, this person's always flirting with me, but they never take it any further than that, it could likely be because they're in a relationship. And so they're just having fun. They know they can only do so much, or like more so looking but not touching. The other energy I'm getting is that you could intentionally be trying to seduce someone. I feel like there's a bit of manipulation going on, people playing mind games. And it could be that this is two people that are masters at what they do. But at the same time, it's like what they do doesn't work on you and vice versa. It's like, that doesn't work for me. You know, you guys are just very good at mirroring each other. There could be some sort of distance, and I feel too like either you are trying to make someone jealous or look envious, or someone is doing this to you. It still seems like something is just met with hostile energies, though. And in a sense, it could be a bit of like a backfire. So whatever somebody is doing to try to get your attention, it just seems like it doesn't work, and vice versa. if you're the one trying to do something, it's like opposite of what somebody wants. It's more so frustrating. Yeah. I feel that there's miscommunication. People playing tit for tat. It's like, oh, okay, that's what you want to do? I could do it better, or I could do just the same. And so, because of people's egos, it just still seems like some sort of disappointment. You don't get the results that you were hoping for. Let's say there's not even someone specific that you were trying to get. Let's say you were just like flirting and just like testing the waters and seeing, who would respond. And it seems like you're being met with disappointment. You're like, I'm not getting the responses that I hoped for. Or people are flirting with me, but they're saying the wrong things. Like, I don't like the way this person's flirting with me. Another unusual thing is that a relationship could start off with you guys kind of being enemies or not really liking each other. Maybe because of two different opinions. Let's say you consider yourself to be conscious. You're like, I had a spiritual awakening and I'm conscious. And the person that's into you is completely opposite. They're a government worker or were in the military. They believe in war and they believe in all the things that you're like awakened on. You're like, ugh, like, I don't agree with this person. They don't get me and I wouldn't get them. It could be that something starts off where you guys are like basically enemies or just opposites. But I feel like you're overall being met with resistance. People's methods of flirting just isn't working. It's more so spiteful or hurtful. Even if that's not the intent, it's coming off wrong. It could also be that people are expecting the other person to read their mind. And it's like, that's not how it works. Like, somebody should be like, somebody may be like, well, I did this, so that should tell them that I'm talking to them. Like, why aren't they talking to me? And it's like, that's not enough. That's still, it's just being misinterpreted. So, I just feel like these are two different styles of people. Now, the other thing, if there's just absolutely nobody you're dealing with, it still may be that people are interested in you, but they are refusing to approach you. They may assume you to be arrogant or conceited. They're having like the wrong perception of you, which isn't your fault, but their perception of you is misinterpreted. So they're not coming across, or they're refusing to give you any attention for whatever reason. They're not going to feed into your energy. One last thing I'm seeing here is possible self-sabotage. Like you're unaware that you're self-sabotaging your chances at a connection with somebody. And I don't know what it is that you're doing, but it's being misinterpreted. I really don't want to say self-sabotage. It's not necessarily your fault. Like I said, I feel like it's more so just misinterpretation. Like they don't get you, and that's not your fault. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you that are, excuse me, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. for the remainder of April 2023. You have Knight of Swords, overall energy, Ace of Cups. So you could have an air sign coming towards you. But the other thing I'm getting is that you are coming off a little guarded, or like you could still be dealing with some kind of trust issues, not necessarily in an unhealthy way, but like if somebody is flirting with you or being nice to you or being in their eyes vulnerable with you, you're just kind of like, whoa, why are you telling me this? Why do you trust me? Why are you being nice? Why are you, you know, it's like you're being a little guarded. This could be reverse. Maybe someone is questionable about your intentions. I want to say someone does have pure intentions, but we'll see. I'm getting the energy of someone, if you're dealing with someone, that this person may be a little cutthroat at times or very cold or distant, but they do have a heart. They just have to let you get close, or they're deciding if they want you to see this side of them. There seems to be a lot of anxiety and overthinking. If you're completely single, you might be having a lot of anxiety about relationships or love. Maybe one minute you're confident about being single, and the next minute you start to question like, well, how long am I going to be single? Like, I'm good, but how long? It's starting to get long. Take a long time. I feel like some of you also are struggling with cutting ties with somebody. You still love somebody. And I feel like you don't want to, you don't mean to, but you kind of can't help it. And it's like you're trying to disconnect, and you keep doing all these cord cutting ceremonies and techniques, and it hasn't worked yet. And you're like, why do I still love this person? You know, sometimes you can't just shut that off, especially if that was genuine love. It may be more so of you having to view it from a different perspective, like maybe being accepting the fact that, hey, you can still love somebody and not necessarily be with them, or expect to get back with them. You know, you could still love that person. Something else I was getting. You could also just be bored and need an activity, because it does seem like you're having looping thoughts and you're trying to shake it, but you're having a hard time. Something keeps pulling you back to the same thoughts over and over. And see, I was talking about, you know, it's okay to love unconditionally. And that does look like that's what the outcome is about. It's just like loving unconditionally without expecting anything. Like you can love somebody and be like, you know what, I love that person, and it's okay if they've moved on, or it's okay if we don't get back together. I'm not saying that you need to just keep pouring all your energy, but you know, it's hard, sometimes it's harder to just like try not to care about somebody when you do. So just let it flow. Let nature run its course. Who knows how long it'll last? Maybe one day you'll wake up and you won't even think about that person anymore. And now I'm thinking about that old saying that it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. You know, and I kind of feel like, you know, maybe that's a real thing. You know, some people don't know what that's like to have love for someone so deeply. So if you had an opportunity to experience that, it sucks that maybe it ended, but at least you experienced that. And then maybe you are just needing to pour your love into something else. It seems like you were, you know, shattered by a past situation, or maybe you're coming to some sort of realization that, you know, you still love someone and it's just bothering you. The other thing you can try to do is share your story in some way, or be creative, find a creative outlet. But, you know, sometimes it does help to just be vocal about what you're going through, because you transfer that energy into someone else who needs it. Someone else might be like, I wonder if anybody else is going through this. And by you opening up and talking about it, that helps to release that energy that you were trying to escape or run away from. Yeah. All right. So let's see what messages there are for those of you Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising for the remainder of April. You have the Magician, overall energy, the Three of Cups. Let me start with a positive. Okay, so positive is that you could be manifesting what you want. Maybe you're playing around with different methods of manifestation. You're doing a lot of dabbling. You're like, let me see if I can manifest love this way. Let me see if I can manifest love that way. So you might be just, you know, doing a lot of things, or trying out a lot of different methods for manifesting love for yourself. The other thing I'm getting is that you could be trying to transmute energy that you have. Like if you're single and you're bored, you're like, you know, I don't have a relationship right now. Let me do this. And it seems like you're just kind of channeling, being creative, basically. Maybe you decide that you want to write songs, or you want to write a movie or a book, or you are wanting to act. You're like, I need to act. I need to channel all this energy into acting. So it kind of looks like you're taking past experiences or dealing with whatever current feelings that you have, and you're putting that into something else to make it work for you. It's like you're, it's a form of alchemy. So it just seems like you're just trying to transform your situation. Another potential thing I'm getting is that you may just be dating and having fun right now. You decide that, you know what, I'm not taking anybody serious, but I do want to date and have fun and at least get to know somebody. So it's kind of like you're just entertaining people right now, not taking anyone serious. Now, it gets, you know, kind of bad if you are talking to somebody and you thought that you guys were headed in a serious direction, because this says something else. This is more so the energy of someone who's just playing around, who's good at deflecting, gaslighting. They won't give you a direct answer. You're trying to ask, like, are you dating someone else? And this person's always changing the subject. Maybe you want to be open and they won't. And I feel like no matter how many chances you keep giving this person to just be honest, they're just still choosing to dance around a subject, or, you know, play mind games, basically. I also would be very suspect of anybody that you're talking to on social media, because I feel that if you're on a dating app, you know, more than likely you're not talking to who you think you're talking to, or this person is keeping their identity hidden for whatever reason. maybe they are who they say they are, but not that picture. So there is the potential of being catfished. If you're supposed to be in a serious relationship, somebody is flirting, juggling, telling you somebody is just a friend when there could be other things going on. Yeah. So if this is new energy, it's not as bad because it's just like, I don't want you to know who I am. So yeah, I'm going to keep this surface. I'm just going to have fun. So it's not that bad if this is new energy, or if you're just completely on your own. It becomes a problem when you're supposed to be serious with somebody, or you're supposed to have some sort of transparent relationship, because I feel like somebody is lying and back up to their old tricks again. Like something is like, I feel like the past is being conjured up. Like somebody just keeps conjuring up a negative past, or a past with somebody who maybe is not the healthiest of people or relationships. Another thing, though, that this is indicating is that the reason why something keeps happening is because you keep avoiding it. You keep skipping steps in your life lessons, or trying to avoid taking some sort of course. And it's like you cannot get to this person without having experienced this situation. So you're having to deal with karma. Maybe you're trying to deflect and trick the universe, and the universe is like, what are you doing? Like, I can see everything or I can feel everything. Like, you're not getting out of this. It's going to keep coming in some different form. And it does look like something just keeps coming back in many different forms. It's like, it's the same person, different form. On a semi-positive note, I could be picking up the energy of the lifestyle that your person lives. So you could be dating someone who's an artist, performer, in a spotlight, gets a lot of attention, attracts a lot of negative attention, attracts a lot of people that focus too much on the lower chakra. I personally believe in balance, so I don't like to shame low vibrations or lower chakras, but I do believe in balance. And I feel like something is leaning more towards the negative or the shadow light. It's like, okay, that's, and I kind of feel like this is something that is maybe also needing your attention because you're deflecting or ignoring something that you need to address. So this past situation is going to continuously haunt you. See, and it is like, some sort of bond that maybe you can't seem to break from your love interest. It's a burden, it's work. I feel like you're needing to just like make the best of this situation. I know everyone's situation is different, but depending on what yours is, it's indicating that you've got to just work with it. Work with it. I don't know why I'm getting like silly images of like the universe like dumping this energy in front of you and just like work with it. Like you're like, what am I supposed to do with all of this? Work with it. So I kind of feel like that's what's happening to you. Somebody is your soulmate, but you guys have some karma to burn through. And so the relationship may come with a lot of difficulties and burdens until you deal with it. Boy. And it does seem like you just healed or just got comfortable, or you've been working on yourself and you've gotten to a place where you can trust again. And then here comes this energy that this, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. But that's what I'm getting. I mean, the positives is that this person's very charming and you probably will find them very attractive. It'd probably be hard for you to resist their energy. So if this is your assignment, at least it's a super cute assignment or a super attractive assignment. It could be very intense. Um, hmm. Hmm. I don't want you feeling bad for, if you have gone through a lot of shadow work and feel like you deserve more. And so you're just like, well, why? I'd rather be alone, or, I just kind of feel, I don't want you feeling bad. It's just more so like maybe you're just having a question, or, look at it from a different perspective, or ask yourself, okay, maybe I haven't learned everything. What is it that spirit needs me to understand from this connection? Why would spirit, or why would my higher self even, or source, put me in a line of fire with this person? Like, why? So it's something that you're needing to understand why you have this karma with somebody. But I mean, like I said, it's some sort of residual energy. Something still hasn't been cleared. And maybe it's something else that you can take with you, something that you're needing to add on to your to you as a person, but some sort of building tools. Yeah, so it's like I have good and bad energy in it, but it's some shadow work to do, you guys. All right. So let's see what messages there are for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right, you have the Star, overall energy, Four of Swords. Okay, so you seem to be manifesting peace. I feel like you're having clarity. I feel like things are being revealed to you. It seems like something is opening up or being activated within you as well, especially more so like the crown chakra. And it seems like you're also just being open to receive. It seems that you have a connection to someone, especially an air sign. Maybe you've been thinking about this person, or this person has been thinking about you. Yeah, it looks like you and air, are communicating with each other. You can feel each other's energies. Now, if this person is already in your life, it just seems like maybe you have this vulnerability around this person, or you guys are both just vulnerable with each other, being very transparent. And then this also indicates that this is something that you prayed or wished for. You're learning patience. It also seems like your spiritual defenses are getting stronger. If you're in a long distance relationship, it is, again, like you guys are having to be patient with each other. And it seems like you're trying to, if things are kind of like on hold, or maybe something's going on in your life where you're showing gratitude, but you're also just reflecting and thinking about the things that you've gone through. if this is a quiet time in your life, this is a time to prioritize and sort out your wants from desires. I'm sorry, your wants from your needs. Now, it also looks like someone is trying to make a decision, especially after some information was shared. So maybe someone shared some information with you and now you're just kind of like processing it and trying to make a decision based off of what this person has shared with you. So I don't know what it is that someone shared with you, but you're processing it. Definitely is a lot of air energy around you, so you could be dealing with an air sign, or maybe that's the person that's coming towards you. And you also seem to be experiencing something that is very magical or spiritual, but logically something doesn't make sense. You're like, so maybe too, you could be attracted to someone, or like there's a connection between you and this person, and you feel like, why are we so drawn to each other? Our lives don't make sense on paper, but in our hearts, in our minds, it just feels right. And it seems like you're trying to like really make a logical sense out of a situation that feels really good. The other thing I'm getting is that like you're trying to make sense of some sort of dreams, or you're like, why does this person keep coming to me or visiting me in dreams? Especially if it's someone that you haven't heard from, thought about. But either way, it just seems like maybe you're being prepared for what's to come. And at this time, you're being asked to be receptive, be open to what Spirit has for you. All right, so let's see what messages there are for, where am I? Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, we have Judgment, overall energy, Two of Swords. So it seems like maybe you guys are guarded. I feel like you don't trust your intuition, or you don't trust something, or you need to check in with your intuition first. I kind of feel like you're needing to really see something to believe it. It also seems like there's something being hidden from you, or there's a big secret. I'm getting something is unknown. Even here I see like the blockages in hiding something. You could be hiding or blocking something. Maybe you don't want someone getting close to you. The other thing I'm getting is you potentially having a secret admirer. Something seems very confusing though. Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe you are wanting to be left alone in a sense. I see like some sort of wish fulfillment, but then you don't really believe it. Or maybe you're thinking something is too good to be true. You also could be waiting on some sort of response. Maybe from someone specific, or maybe you're just waiting for the universe to show you something. But I feel like either way, there's some sort of past issue that's going to resurface or haunt you. I see a new or second chance. It's like second chances. So there could have been some sort of missed opportunity in the past, and I feel like that opportunity is coming back. I'm also getting the energy of selfish. Like maybe you're wanting to be selfish with your love. Like you don't want to share yourself. You're like, I don't want to share myself with anybody. Or if you're with somebody, you're being very closed off, but you're being asked to open up or to trust. Seems like you are walking away or rejecting something that is there for you. You're like, I don't want it, or I want something else that's unfulfilling, or that's not enough. I haven't checked when the next full moon is out, but I think it might be Friday. I kind of feel like a secret might be revealed sometimes this week. Some of you could be feeling lonely even if you are in a relationship. There's an emptiness or there's something missing. If you don't feel this way, maybe your partner does. Maybe the universe has been trying to get you to notice some sort of red flag. Seems like you're remembering past things, or you're remembering things or feeling things that you don't want to feel. You might realize that you're still dealing with some sort of trust issues and abandonment issues. If you don't feel this way, then maybe somebody around you feels this way, or whoever is coming towards you. Somebody is still working through emotional traumas, I feel. And if somebody is trying to flirt with you or get your attention, I feel like you don't trust them. You're very suspicious of someone's intentions, or suspicious of who someone is. Even I feel like you're assuming that somebody is lying to you, and they probably are. Like you're like, something's off. I don't know why I don't trust this person, or why I don't believe what this person is telling me. I think this person's hiding something, and there is a lot of secretive and hidden energies around you. I mean, it could be you. You could be the one that's being deceptive or hiding things, but I see you trying to avoid things that you're dealing with. I feel like you've been doing some sort of personal healing or doing inner work, but you're not finished. You haven't reached the finish line. It might be like one last step that you need to complete, but you're avoiding it. You're like, I don't want to do this. Is there another way out of this? How can I avoid this? And I feel like there's something that's inevitable that you keep hiding from or avoiding. I feel like you're trying to avoid or run away from something. You're like, you might realize that you're actually afraid to love again. Like maybe one minute you're like, oh, I love being by myself and this and that. But you don't love being by yourself necessarily because you just love yourself, but more so because you're afraid to love again. It just indicates that there's fears involved too, and traumas. So you could be lying to yourself about something. Yeah, ultimately it just looks like it's saying that something needs to be addressed, something needs your attention, but you're trying to avoid it. You don't want to deal with it. You've been hurt too much. All right, so let's see what messages there are for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You have Three of Wands, overall energy, King of Pentacles. So you could possibly be waiting to hear from an earth sign, or maybe vice versa, they're waiting to hear from you. But it seems like you're anticipating something and it's taking maybe longer than expected. Especially if you are dealing with an earth sign, because I feel like this person's moving at a snail's pace. This person is also fixated on either their income, their career, their physical health. They might be fixated on themselves. And they're like, okay, you're not my priority, but I'll come around to you. If you had a premonition, you also could be waiting for that premonition to come to pass. It does seem like you're going to get or receive some messages from somebody. If you don't receive a message, it could more so be synchronicities. Another thing I'm getting is that you might get tired of waiting and then take the initiative. You're like, let me take the initiative to do something. So you start to put in some sort of action. Now, it looks too like somebody is, someone is going to shoot their shot. Or maybe someone already did it and then they're just like waiting to see what happens. I feel like somebody is strategizing what their next move is going to be. They're like, what am I going to do next? It's kind of like a chess game is being played. So it's like somebody made a move, you wait and thought about it, then you made a move, now it's back on them. Like somebody is like, okay, now what do I do? And so someone is wanting to have an understanding from all angles. I feel like someone needs to see the bigger picture. Also could be dealing with an Aries. Seems like another thing I'm getting is a lot of communication and then all of a sudden ghosting or dead silence. You might also decide to end things if it's taking too long. I also feel like someone is sharing some information and then like deleting it or erasing something. Someone maybe only leaves something up for a few minutes intentionally, just long enough, and then they delete it. That is part of this person's game plan. They're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this up and then I'm going to delete it and then I'm going to sit back and wait. I'm getting you having conversations too that are very transformative. Seems like some of you have also been trying to balance your karmas and establish some sort of order and peace into your life before you put yourself in a relationship. Somebody is coming off as like, I've got love for everybody. I can't just focus on one person. I don't feel that somebody is ready for a relationship right now. That's either you or somebody you hoped to be with. But I feel like somebody is more about like just focusing on themselves or having love to share, but no one in particular. Just kind of like, I love everybody. Make sure too that you aren't pouring a lot of your energy into something that is a dead end. You might end up feeling like you wasted your time, or you might come to the conclusion, and this was in another reading, that you just want to love regardless of this person loving you back. Okay, I kind of feel like someone is also going to share something publicly or on social media. Someone is being very transparent about their situation or about how they feel, what they're going through. And I don't know why too, but it kind of seems like someone is sending their condolences. So it could be that you're finding something out and you're just like sending love to somebody or sending condolences to somebody. This also could be more so about remembering somebody or remembering the people that were here. It even kind of looks like pouring something out for the ones that aren't here anymore, pouring something out for your ancestors, Ashe. So I kind of feel like you guys are more focused on the love for humanity instead of one specific person. And then it does also look like maybe someone is like overseeing you or protecting you, keeping you out of harm's way. So spirit might be just over you, just with you. All right, so let's see what messages there are for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm dropping too many. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the remainder of April 2023. All right, you have Nine of Swords, overall energy, Page of Cups. You guys seem to be dealing with a lot of anxiety or overthinking, maybe sleepless nights, having insomnia. It seems like you have like these emotions or these feelings. It could be towards someone, but then all of a sudden you can't shake what you're feeling or you can't stop it. It just consumes you, these thoughts. There also may be some fears about being single or finding the right person. If you're already with someone, there may be something that you need to say to them, but you don't know how, and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to say this to them, and you're stressing about it. I don't know what you guys are stressed about. It's like you're needing to take a break. It's almost like a mental breakdown or anxiety attack. I don't know, maybe this is something that hasn't happened yet, but it does look like you guys are stressed. You're tired. You're tired of thinking about this. You're tired of thinking about that. You need a break. If you're trying to disconnect from someone, it could be that too. Like you're just trying to disconnect or do some sort of cord cutting. Seems like you decide that you're just going to channel all your energy into your work. You're like, I can't wait to go to work so I don't have to think about this. But it's like, even as you're working, something is looming in the back of your mind. It's like running in the background, like a program. Sometimes it comes off as you being bored, very bored with your situation. And if someone is trying to talk to you, I feel like you're just not into it. You're emotionally detached or unavailable. I'm getting energies of being a loner. Ooh. Someone is coming off as wanting to be left alone with their thoughts. I don't want to be bothered. Somebody could be asking you, like, if you want to talk about it, if you need to talk about it, and you're just like, no. If you're stressed about your love life, it could be that you're needing to do something different, but it's like you're too stubborn. You're so used to something, you're stuck in your comfort zone, so you get the same results. Strange. So I'm getting like a lot of 9 energy, loner energy, independence. You may be in a weird space where you want to be with somebody or you want to be in a relationship, but at the same time you just want to be left alone, or you need your space. Maybe you get bored really quickly. You ask for a relationship, then you get in one, and now you're bored. I feel like there are still things about yourself that you haven't discovered, things you're still learning about yourself, learning what you really want or what you need. Some of you are starting to question, are you meant to have like the path of solitude? I kind of feel like you're blaming yourself or asking yourself what's wrong with me, but something just is who you are. It'll be good for those of you that are studying astrology, because it seems like that's going to help resolve some sort of issues that you're dealing with. It's going to give you a peace of mind. It seems like you're studying some sort of placements. You may be trying to understand the purpose of why something ended, or why someone came into your life. It's like you're trying to understand the purpose. If you've been single for a long time, it could be that you do need to just like get out and, put yourself out there again, so you can get used to sharing things with people and not being alone so much. Maybe you have gotten too used to being your own self and not knowing how to share with other people, not knowing how to compromise. Yeah. All right, so hopefully you guys have found that peace. But yeah, it does look like you're being pretty guarded right now. All right, so let's see what messages there are for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, yeah. For the remainder of April. You have the King of Wands. Overall energy, Ace of Swords. All right, so you could be thinking about a fire sign, or maybe they're thinking about you. It also seems like maybe you have made some sort of decision and now you're taking the initiative to have what you want. Seems like you are setting boundaries with people. I feel like you and a fire sign are maybe playing tit for tat or being very petty with each other. If it's not intentional, then it's just, again, miscommunication. So I feel like that's the overall energy, though, is about needing clearer communication. Somebody may have said something that rubbed you the wrong way, or I don't know, made you a little guarded. And it does seem like now you're having some sort of anxiety about it. I feel like some sort of defensiveness anytime someone can see through you or gets a little too close to you. I feel like you might become a little guarded or defensive. I feel that someone uses something as a weapon, their silence as a weapon, their distance as a weapon. Whatever emotional wounds you are trying to bury, hide, suppress, I feel like it's going to come out. Or someone is illuminating your secrets, illuminating your vulnerabilities. I do see you feeling optimistic and having purpose again, like something is going to give you a sense of purpose because you now have some sort of clarity or understanding. Whatever you've been very emotional about, I feel like you'll be able to release it soon. Something also kind of looks like a reconciliation or a friendship being restored, something going back to normal, because something could have been off between you and another person. But I feel that you guys are going to start communicating again. And it's like you guys are best friends again. You might admit that you have trust issues or realize that you have been doing something as a defense mechanism because of trust. It also seems like whoever was having a hard time admitting something, like they're admitting it now. Someone's ego had gotten too big or had been blinding, them. Your ego could have been blinding you. And I just feel like now there's going to be clarity. I feel like you do have a soulmate, or someone is your soulmate, because I'm getting that yin yang energy. If you were wondering or needed confirmation of whether or not someone was your soulmate, I would say that this is, especially if they're fire or another earth sign. Also could be Pisces. But either way, I feel like you are coming out of anxiety. All right, let's see what messages there are for Aquarius, Sun and Rising. Remainder of April 2023. You have the Tower, overall energy 4 of Swords. Okay, so I feel that you guys are or were in a place of peace and quiet, and there's getting ready to be some sort of disruption. Yeah, I feel like everything's getting ready to change or is falling apart. It's like you're having to clear out some sort of a new path. And it also seems like enlightenment as well. It's like things were just like quiet for you at some point, and then all of a sudden there's this disruption in your life or a realization. In a mundane sense, you might get an unexpected visitor at your home, and it's like shocking for some reason that this person is at your home. Metaphysically, it looks like being visited in the astrals. Like somebody just crashes your dreams. Now, something also looks like just out of the blue, somebody is pursuing you. Like, at first, it was nothing. Just nothing. And then all of a sudden, somebody just like comes at you full force. Which is still just kind of like a curveball, shocking. You're like, where is this coming from? So someone just suddenly starts pursuing you like hardcore. And you guys both have soulmate energy out too. So somebody is like your ideal archetype of a person that you would want to be with. I get the energy of an alpha male, although this alpha male has an kind of an attitude. They have a temper that can be really mean. Or like, yeah, they can be very short tempered. They can go from 0 to 1,000. But I also get the energy of somebody making you very, you know, very moist. I see extreme chemistry and being very turned on by each other. I kind of feel like two people are looking at each other like, I see you, like, I see you too. And it's just like this chemistry. It's weird because I feel like this is like some sort of chaotic energy. It's like, it's intense. First it's calm, then it's crazy. But yeah, I get the energy of some, you know, strong alpha male that wants to dominate, wants to be in control. And then I have the energy of like quiet, feminine, nurturing energy. I feel that it doesn't matter, you know, what your genders are, but, you know, it's that same energy. And the one who is coming off very dominating is wanting to protect and spoil the feminine energy. You could be dealing with an earth sign, Aries, Cancer, or Leo. I'm sorry, Libra, but it could be a Leo. And I kind of feel like somebody was on the fence at first, or somebody was nervous, or I don't know, somebody just kept changing their mind, and then bam, all of a sudden they know what they want. So yeah, it could be an earth sign trying to come and scoop you real soon, just out of the blue. All right, so let's see what messages there are for Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising for the remainder of April. All right, you have Queen of Pentacles, overall energy, Six of Cups. So you might be with your soulmate already. You may be with someone that you just want to hold on to for a long time. You might feel this person is both your best friend and your lover. There's also the possibility of someone from your past returning. If not necessarily an ex, then just someone that you know you've interacted with this person before. Yeah, you guys got a lot of soulmate energy coming out already. So your soulmate, either you're already with your soulmate or they're coming, they're real near. And I feel like you're going to have fun around this person. This person brings out your inner child. And likely there's a lot of laughter between you and this person. You also seem to be balanced and at peace and open to seeing where things go. If this is an established relationship, you guys might be wanting to take some sort of a vacation together, but you might want to visit someplace that you already been before. You're like, remember we went to so-and-so? That was so fun. Let's go again. Let's go back to that that place. So you might be thinking about revisiting somewhere you've already been before. Even if it's not a vacation, maybe it's a date and you went to some restaurant you really loved, you'll probably go back to that. It does look like you are more comfortable with some sort of familiar energy. No, it really does look like there's some traveling. You guys may be getting ready to go on some sort of a journey or a trip. I feel that in a literal sense. It seems like there's an opportunity for you to go somewhere and you're going to go. Also, if you are currently traveling, that could be when you meet someone, or maybe it's confirming that the person you met while traveling is your soulmate. It also looks like if this is a new relationship, it starts off fun and fast. It's like things just move super quick. That's because you guys are already familiar with each other. Going back to an established relationship, there could be plans for a destination wedding. If it's not a destination wedding, it could be eloping, because I keep getting something about traveling and something happening really, really quickly. I do feel like your luck is changing. Now, I feel like something is destined, or this is like something is fated. It's some sort of fated event. but it also still requires you to make some sort of decision. It's kind of like, okay, here's your chance. Like, this is an opportunity to steer your life in this direction or that direction. And once you do, that's the path that you have to stay on for a while. So it's kind of like choose wisely. But it seems like you guys are definitely moving quickly towards some sort of window of opportunity, or someone is on their way to you because they feel like this is a big opportunity and they're coming towards you. I would say just overall be prepared for some sort of quick changes to your current situation. Something's going to take a turn. I feel like it's more so for the positive. It even could be change of plans, like maybe you and your loved one had already made some sort of plans to do this, and then something pops up and you end up having to go on, it's like you're being detoured, but it's still, this big opportunity or something that is fun for you. Yeah. All right, so hopefully these messages help. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.